I'ma just say this. I teach 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
6, 7.
The biggest gaming platform of all time, Roblox is now currently experiencing an endless plague of low-effort brain-melting content, both in and out of the platform, that constantly exposes their audience with disturbing, dopamine-enticing, sexual content, and is primarily shown to a younger audience. In this video, you'll learn about the concerning amount of money these Roblox developers make from Brainrot, the disturbing rise of NSFW Roblox content and TikTok, and most importantly, how Brainrot is ruining an entire generation. Wait, the video you just watched is from a YouTuber named Platybush, who produces kid-friendly Minecraft content and has a Minecraft series called Monster School, and is in the early stages of internet brainrot. While you may think that this is a hard watch, compared to the current state of internet brainrot, this is still tolerable. There are many other creators that make similar content to the same extent, but there is only one reason that pushes them further to continue making family-friendly centered content: the money. While not everyone in the world has experienced Brainrot, there is still a massive amount of people that did, and has been proven that Brainrot content is one of the, if not the most profitable niche in YouTube. Short-form content has been dominating the internet for the past couple of years, and is probably the best way to make easy money. Short-form content is designed to constantly give your brain's dopamine system a reward with overstimulation. Over time, constant dopamine can make normal tasks like studying, reading, and watching long videos feel boring because they don't provide instant stimulation. It has been proven that throughout generations our attention span is getting worse, but probably 70% of the people watching this video already clicked off, meaning if you are among the 30% who stayed this far, consider subscribing. Don't forget I see you over there. Studies show that Generation Alpha had an impact of a 79% drop down of our attention span because of excessive use of social media. Brainrot. The critical stages of child development are in the first 5 years of living. Studies also show that 40% of children by the age of 2 already have access to a tablet, and 60% by the age of 4. That's because millennial parents heavily rely on gadgets to keep their children occupied and entertained, so they don't have to bother with their kids making any noise. Exposing these children with gadgets at their critical stages of development isn't that bad, but if done the wrong way, can lead to harming their progression, which is what most parents do. The option that these parents often resort to is 1. Cocomelon, 2. Roblox. But behind the trustworthy and go-to option that these corporations give off is lazy, overstimulating, and disturbing content that only ruins their child's development. For example, Cocomelon constantly switches their scenes every 2 to 4 seconds to maximize their retention, while being overly saturated at the same time. They also use the same repeated rhythm and formula for each line of their videos. Toddlers' brains are wired to learn through repetition. Cocomelon abuses this, but you can still maybe moderate Cocomelon. But in Roblox, it's almost impossible. Inside the platform is invested with low-effort brain-melting games that their sole purpose is to make as much money as possible. There are barely any original games on the platform anymore. Once a game, for example, Grow a Garden becomes successful, every other developer rips off and uses the exact same formula. It's almost impossible for developers to try and make an original game with a unique concept, because when low-quality repetitive games that copy an already successful formula works and gets rewarded, it overpowers genuine good games that are well thought out. Steal a Brainrot is one of the biggest games in Roblox history, with it reaching an astonishing 20.1 million concurrent players on August 23rd of 2025, with Sammy, the creator of the game, using one of the most profitable niches in this current era: Italian Brainrot. So popular that almost every single kid with an iPad can at least recite one Brainrot character. This to the point where it's literally become its own individual cinematic universe. They have their own plushies and even a whole rap song that reached 146 million views in 3 months. But what people overlook is the meaning between what they're actually saying. For example, Tralalelo Tralala, although on the outside looks like a harmless and stupid shark, it actually has a dark and disrespectful meaning to it. Translating it from Italian to English, it says, Tralalelo Tralala, pig and pig, which is obviously very disrespectful to religion and should not be exposed to children. Well, how about another example? Bombardiro crocodilo, a crocodile with bomber wings, if translated says, a f***ing flying alligator who bombs and doesn't believe in God and loves bombs. What I bleeped out there was so controversial I can't even state it. So obviously this isn't a good influence on children. But not all Brainrot characters are disrespectful, with examples such as Mateo, meaning gift of God. But the thing is, this Brainrot niche is so successful that Sammy, the creator of Steal a Brainrot, makes roughly $10 million a year from this game, causing many developers to make crappy knockoffs using the same formula. Sammy, Jandal, Cracky4 are the biggest developers of this current age. Jandal, who holds the #1 record of 22.3 million in Grow a Garden, Sammy, who holds #2 with 20.1 million in Steal a Brainrot, and the person that I will be talking about next, Cracky4 at #3 with 8.1 million players in 99 Nights in the Forest. 99 Nights is an endless survival game which has characters like the deer and the owl and is very much family friendly and harmless. But besides that, content creators still manage to make disturbing, violent, and suggestive content. This is a strategy that YouTube content creators do, where they put iconic and familiar characters and put them in sexual suggestive poses, luring children to click on the thumbnail. For example, an incident that YouTube has gone through in the past is Elsagate, which would usually show Spider-Man or Elsa through violence or intimacy. Roblox Brainrot content has been in the YouTube platform for years, but only in recent years it has gone to this extent. How do you think children's brain react to this when given this type of content? When presented with dumbed down, high intensity dopamine videos, or even worse, cases of sexual inappropriate content? Of course their minds would be messed up. And the thing is, it's so easy to access this type of shitty content. The homepage of Roblox is literally filled with it. Thousands of content creators mass producing more and more. NSFW Roblox content nearly everywhere without even trying to search for it. But why does this type of content work and get rewarded for being lazy and manipulative? Well, obviously, in YouTube it gets you more clicks, mostly from children, and a lot more consistent with your uploads because it's low quality. However, in Roblox, it's a lot more complicated. I introduce you to premium payouts, a system that automatically pays the developer whenever a premium player spends time in their game. The amount of money the developer receives is proportional to the amount of time a player spends on their game. So you can see why genres like RNG games get pushed out more on the platform. Because of this system, developers highly base their whole game on being addicting enough to keep their players inside. Examples like Grow a Garden, Steal a Brainrot, which you gotta accept, have shitty gameplay, solely designed to keep the players hooked. Nowadays, compared to the charm that old Roblox used to emit, it is soulless games that's whole purpose is to make as much money as possible instead of passion projects. And the thing is, Roblox harbors it. As David Bazuki says, keep kids off Roblox if you're worried.